All right, guys, welcome back. Episode number 17 getting underway for the Cleveland Browns Johnny Manziel Player Mode Connected Franchise Series. I'm Tuxedo T-Shirt, and I welcome you to this new episode of our wonderful series. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous day for some Madden, and that is for numerous reasons. We'll start off by making the announcement that the Cleveland Browns were able to make a contract signing extension with Jordan Cameron, who will make $42 million over the next 6 years, remaining at Cleveland Brown. That is wonderful news for us as we look forward to the next 6 years, potentially, of passing the football to one of the NFL's most talented tight ends. Also, the injury, I won't bring up the screen, but the injury to Cameron is over. He'll be back. And it says there he will be back in action after being sidelined by an injury sustained earlier in the season. However, Ben Tate will miss the next 5 weeks. He will miss the next the remainder of the regular season, and he will miss if we have a game the first week of the regular or the playoffs, the wild card week, he will miss that game. If not, he'll be back for the divisional round that follows that. Johnny Football, because it is another quarterly mark of the season, we are now finished 12 regular season games. We start by upgrading him. First things first, we get that awareness up. Let's get it up to an 86 and let it seal there. That's a gain of 36 points aggregately over the course of the season, which is excellent. Following that, we'll get the deep accuracy up just a little bit, up to an 82 at the moment. Short accuracy, let's go ahead, spend the points, get it up to a 90, which is excellent. Consistency, let's get it up to a 3. We may as well. Eventually, we're going to have to get it up to 4 anyways. Deep accuracy, throw accuracy of 86 could go up a bit. Throw on run 86 is already stellar. Medium, there you go, 84, not bad. Let's go ahead. Let's just throw this into throw accuracy overall, affecting all of our throws, and that'll be that, folks. So Johnny Football up to an 88 overall at this point. Pretty stellar for a rookie QB. Pretty stellar. Of course, a couple questions yesterday about the lack of practicing. Of course, I am still completing the practices, just doing them off screen. Did this one today. Also, we have officially clinched the launch of the game here. We have officially clinched the AFC North, which is the good news. The bad news, however, is that we are far and away from completing a clinching of the AFC conference. The good news, however, we have good news today. The good news is that the team who's immediately behind us is the New England Patriots, who are currently 10-1-1 on the season, a half game behind us at this point. However, with that being the case, we are playing the Patriots today. It's bad news that we're playing such excellent competition, but good news that we have an opportunity to, if we are successful today, to knock the second-place team in the conference down a peg, to be able to knock them over and take a 1.5 game lead in the AFC conference with, I suppose it's redundant, American Football Conference, the AFC, I should just say, the AFC, with just 3 games to go in the regular season. So we'll get this one underway immediately. Browns there calling the toss. They win. We'll defer to the second half with a kick to start the game. And the Patriots, excuse me, big yawn. I am recording this in the morning again. I don't often record in the morning, but my schedule has allowed me to do that recently. Patriots drive, looking at Gronkowski early and often for for Tom Brady. I should also learn to speak today. That would be helpful. It would be conducive to what I'm trying to do here. Wow, Brady picking apart this offense. Julian Edelman touchdown. I think that's the first opening drive touchdown the Browns have allowed all season long. And wow, credit to them for lighting up this Browns defense, who has been so stellar. The Patriots offense performing well at the moment. Dion Lewis, who's going to be the guy at the halfback spot for the next 5 weeks as Ben Tate recovers from a broken jaw. Out for 5 weeks. Last episode, I speculated he might only be out for as little as 3 weeks. It will be 5, and so that we'll wait for him to heal there. Looking on that pass there, Jordan Cameron, boom, makes the catch. Jordan Cameron back after I believe it was a torn tricep, or it was a torn muscle. It was a muscle strain at least of some sort for Jordan Cameron. I apologize, I can't actually remember what the injury was. The important part though is that he's back, and that's really all that matters to me, anyways. I think that's the only part that's really important, and we're lucky to have him back. I'll just say that. Quarterback, New England Patriots, it's Tom freaking Brady. Halfback, Shane Vereen, just glazing over that. We don't have to talk about him. Shane Vereen, fullback, Jacob Hester, fullback, wide receivers, Julian Edelman, Brandon LaFell, Aaron Dobson, and Josh Boyce. Danny Amendola, currently inactive, I suppose, or just buried on the depth chart for whatever reason. Tight end Rob Gronkowski, another guy that nothing else needs to be said about. Elite player. Nate Solder, left tackle, left guard. Logan Mankins, center. Brian Stork, rookie. Right guard Darren College, he's hurt, so John Halapio will start there. Right tackle Marcus Cannon hurt, so Sebastian Vollmer starting there. Left end Will Smith. Right end Chandler Jones. Rob Ninkovich, the backup, another one of our former Buffalo Bills. Defensive tackle Vince Wilfork, another former Buffalo Bill. Gerard Mayo, the starting outside linebacker, one of the best in the biz. Donta Hightower in the middle. Josh Hull will get some playing time there as well. Also, backup defensive tackle gets some playing time. Damata Pico there. Right outside linebacker Thomas Howard. Corners, Darrell Revis, Brandon Brown are two elite, very physical corners who are going to be a major handful to deal with. But we'll do our best. Kyle Arrington, Alfonso Denard there as well. Free safety, Devin McCourty, one of the best in the biz, and Morgan Burnett, very strong safety. Stephen Gostkowski, Jeremy Capinos, round out the rest of the special teamers. Amendola and Edelman going to be the returners today. Two of the only successful white kick returners currently in the NFL. Normally you do not see white people performing that job, but they do in New England for whatever reason. Manziel going to be looking to drop it off to Dion Lewis safety blitz coming. Oh, Manziel can't get it off. Almost intercepted. That is too bad. Safety blitz coming there. That was the perfect offensive play to call to counteract that blitz. However, Manziel just not able to get the ball off. Contact made with him just a split second too early. That is a disaster because that would have gone for huge yardage. And there, Manziel, his first poor pass this week. Certainly didn't throw any last week. And by week, I mean in-game week, not real-time week. Yesterday's episode, he did not have a bad pass, I don't think, all game there. That was a real stinker. That brings up 3rd and 10. Fortunately, Jordan Cameron comes open, and he makes a nice catch. 2 catches, 24 yards already for Cameron. He's been the only person really advancing the football down the field at this point of the game. We'll go ahead here, call play action fork. I love this route to Holmes as he heads outside, working against a linebacker who won't be able to cover him. However, this keeps Jermaine Gresham involved in the offense. Lots of 2 tight end sets going to be on the way for us. That was bad grammar, so I apologize. But Jordan Cameron comes open, makes a nice catch. What I was going to say was that there's going to be lots of 2 tight end sets. And, oh, no, you're got to be freaking kidding me. Jordan Cameron holding his leg. I suppose the good news is that doesn't appear to be related to the injury he just came back from. Did get up under his own power. Cameron, I don't know his injury rating off the top of my head, but it's got to be low because he's gone out at least 2 or 3 times this season for very short amounts of time. And then this most recent injury kept him out for a very long time. So hopefully he'll be fine. Gresham does an admirable job in wake of Jordan Cameron. However, Jordan Cameron, just another great weapon with which we can do great things. Gresham brought down there by Gerard Mayo, but not before he goes for 19 yards, picking up where he left off last week against a very formidable team in the Jacksonville Jaguars. 7-4 in this game, though obviously in real life they are the laughingstock of the National Football League. They have a very solid defense in this game and a very solid record at 7-4 again. Dion Lewis, another solid carry, 7 yards up the gut. He's got 14 yards off 3 carries today, a very nice number. This should be our intro, and there we go. Turf Toe will not be able to return for this game. Shoot. Jordan Cameron just cannot stay healthy. Just inked a contract that will pay him exceedingly handsomely over the next 6 years. $7 million a season over the next 6 years, but he is out again, which is a major pain in the ass. Hopefully he'll be back soon. That's all I can say. Not out for more than a game with this injury. Going and rolling in the back of the end zone, Nate Burleson comes over, improvises, helps out his quarterback, sits down in the hole in the zone. Burleson, the veteran receivers, got that savvy. It's a touchdown. Tie game 7-7. Manziel and company, they are able to respond to the initial score from the New England Patriots, and they get the ball back deep in their own territory. We get the ball at our own 13-yard line. Hopefully here we'll be able to put together another drive. Fortunately, our defense does get a stop on that would-be Patriots drive. Manziel, play action, good pass protection. He's going to go to Gary Barnidge. Oh, Gresham, so close to being able to throw the block appropriately there. Wasn't able to spring Barnidge. Still a nice gain for Gary Barnidge, the third tight end, who isn't much of a pass catcher, but has certainly performed well every single time we've called upon him. So credit to him. 2nd and 4. We hand it off to Lewis. He gets penetration from Mayo, the outside linebacker, but runs him over, which is stellar, and still manages to pick up 3 yards of positive yardage, which is phenomenal. On 3rd and 1, we'll go ahead, go goal line. There you see Jordan Cameron just a moment ago heading to the locker room. Hopefully he's only out for this game. Manziel oh my goodness, he heads back and he loses 2 yards. Johnny Football, don't understand what happened there. It's like he got popped, and for whatever reason, he just started falling backwards. We'll see the replay here. Actually, we won't really. I did not do that with the controller. And wow, we're going to have to punt at our own 20-yard line with the clock running. That was 3rd and 1. Should have been an easy first down. Instead, Football has this little freak out, and we have to punt. Zoltan Mesko's punt comes down to the Patriot 34-yard line. That's Julian Edelman getting it up to the 47-yard line of the Patriots. Hopefully our defense gets a stop. The reality, though, Patriots driving. Penalty could potentially halt this drive. Note 21-yard reception to Dobson, and that turns into a Patriots touchdown. So Manziel, very, very costly mistake there with that kind of awkward trajectory off that QB sneak on 3rd and 1. Browns defense comes out after giving up after doing a nice job on the previous Patriots drive, gives up a touchdown there. That is too bad. And hopefully here we can respond before the half. We will, of course, get the ball to start the second half. And so being down by 1 possession would not be the end of the world. However, in a game with a lot of important playoff implications, you can never have too many advantages. And so at this point, Manziel going to take off. He gets a nice block. Gerard Mayo, and he steps out of bounds. Ouch. Gerard Mayo tried to bring him down, failed to do so. There was room for Manziel, but he was twisted around, couldn't get out of bounds, couldn't head up the field, finally ended up stepping out of bounds. Though he does get a first down, which is the most important thing. Here we look to strong formation at our own 38-yard line. Holmes, a very aggressive route here with the defender playing as far off as they are. I'm going to get Holmes clearing out, and he will get open. Yes, he does. Checks down on the double move at the sideline. Manziel, a gorgeous throw on the run, actually kind of against his body there, or against his momentum. Anyways, very impressive play. We normally always set our feet with quarterbacks, just a very good habit to get into. Don't let your quarterbacks throw unless they've set their feet. The reality there, though, was Manziel was being chased down, wasn't able to set his feet, still got off a nice pass. There we go on the quick zig route to Santonio Holmes, who makes a nice catch, gets some yardage after the catch up the field, and all's well that ends well. 2nd and inches upcoming. Manziel going to roll left. He's going to check it down to Josh Gordon, who's not able to hold on to the football. Not a great pass. Manziel on the run because he was being flushed again. And as far as I'm concerned, we're gonna go ahead and look to the pass here. If we don't make this completion, we can easily go for it on 4th and inches. Jermaine Gresham, though, why ever pass it to anyone else? Jermaine Gresham, 17 yards. Nobody lined up in front of him. Just does what he does best. Makes a gorgeous catch. Makes a gorgeous play. And, man, such a talented receiver. So lucky that we got him over to Cleveland in that trade. Blitz coming, flushes Manziel to the left. He's going to have some room to run up the sideline, heads out of the 13-yard line. Manziel, as always is the case in Madden 25, tackled well out of bounds. However, they just don't call that in this Madden game. Not an issue. So we'll go ahead and look to keep this drive going. 2nd and 2 at the Patriots' 13-yard line. Browns driving. Manziel hits Dion Lewis, the outlet halfback, and he is brought down at the 5-yard line of the Patriots. We'll go ahead, no huddle here, just looking to get this ball to the goal line, maybe even across it, who knows. And we'll go ahead, hit Lewis again, and he's in for the score. If the Patriots aren't going to cover Lewis, we'll hit him there all day long. Dion Lewis gets what I believe could very well be his first touchdown of the season in his first game, taking over the starting role from the injured Ben Tate. And fortunately for us, the Patriots' drive at the end of the first half doesn't result in any points. And so going into this has been a lightning fast game with all the offensive time the Patriots have been chewing up into the break. And Santonio Holmes caught from behind. 29 yards on that play. Gorgeous play. Johnny Football, 80% completions, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Stellar game from him. As I was saying, tie game. We've had just 3 possessions in this game, including one that was a 2-and-out. Time just absolutely flying by. Hopefully that continues and we are able to get the win. Lewis could have gone just way completely around the edge there, maybe even scored. Instead, he cut it back. Still got a gain of 6 yards, which is great. Lewis has had a wonderful game today, chewing up the kind of the hybrid front that they have here in New England with the strong safety pinching like crazy. We're going to go ahead, get Gresham running that fly route. We'll get Holmes clearing out because I think the corner's going to have to drop way back in zone. We'll go to Gresham. He holds on to the football for a nice catch. You can't do that, defense. 12 yards every single time to Jermaine Gresham when that safety's going to pinch. Just going to lose contain on him. It's going to be great. So there, a nice reception to Gresham. 1st and 10 coming up at the 33-yard line of the Patriots. Manziel drops back again. He hits Gresham on the fly again. Gerard Mayo loses him. And that is another excellent reception. That one goes for a nice gain, 24 yards. And we are now officially in the red zone. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line of the Patriots. We'll look to give this one to Lewis, just off tackle on the left-hand side. He heads right around the edge, and he does not get much positive yards. Maybe a yard there to set up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line of the Patriots. No, he gets nothing. 2nd and goal from the 9 still, and we'll have to look to put this one in the air, I think. Play action, FL corner. I would love to hit Holmes right there in the corner if he's able to beat and that would probably, I imagine, that's going to be none other than Darrelle Revis covering him. If he's able to beat Revis, good things happen. He beat him. Just wasn't in a position to throw. Though Manziel can turn upfield, caught from behind. I think that was Will Smith, the long-time New Orleans Saint, who was able to chase down Manziel on that play. We did have an opportunity there to throw it up to the open receiver there, who was Santonio Holmes. However, the play action just took a little bit too long. Play, I think, had expired by that point. And, Brandon Browner intercepts the football, tackled immediately, but not before he sticks out his big old mitt, 6'4". Brandon Browner, former Seattle Seahawk. That was just a bad decision. I thought Browner was coming up to try and make a play on Manziel himself. Instead, he stayed in there in coverage, made a play on the football. Fortunately for us, that's a play that does not hurt us, as at least on the scoreboard, with the Patriots failing to get a first down. However, it certainly does suck in that it limits our opportunity to get at least a field goal out of that situation. You never want to turn it over in the red zone for that reason, and we did exactly that. That's too bad. Fortunately, though, as I said, didn't hurt us on the scoreboard in that the Patriots didn't score off the turnover. And so basically it's like taking a 50-yard penalty. We go over the top. Antonio Holmes makes the catch in stride. Touchdown. Gorgeous. We hit the home run. That was Darrelle Revis in coverage, one of the top covermen in the NFL. What a perfect throw. You can see that breaking inside. Holmes has got about a 2-yard step there. Revis does manage to gain about one more step back on that play. However, Holmes just perfectly runs that route, wonderfully executed, and Manziel does an excellent job of just laying that pass in there. Let's go ahead. Let's get. This is gonna be awkward to frame. I would love to get it from the backside. No joke intended. If we can get it like that, that's fine. Sorry, I'm being picky with this. Or even if we did this, got Darrelle Revis's nameplate in there, that's a solid thumbnail. I'll choose one of those, and that'll be that. That quick hit score, Manziel to Holmes, puts us up by a score of 21-14, and our defense gets a stop. That is stellar. We're going to do everything in our power at this point to just run this football and see if we can't really run down this clock a lot on route to putting up, even if it's just a field goal. If we get a 2-score lead and we don't turn this football over, I think that excellent things can happen. We can chew up a lot of the clock, really put ourselves in a great position to win on the road in what is one of the most difficult places to win in the entire National Football League. There we check it down to Jermaine Gresham. He is separated from the football by Darrelle Revis. That will set up 3rd and 5. I think the best thing here to do would be to go to the screen pass. We tried it earlier today. Didn't work because of the pressure. However, Lewis, if he had been able to make the catch, if the ball had been there for him, I think he would have gone yard for a huge gain. And as it stands, can he get? No, he can't get by. Shouldn't have thrown that pass. That is Pecco, the defensive tackle. Wasn't sure if Pecco was going to have the speed and mobility to get over there. He did. Makes the tackle for a loss. And so that's a disappointing possession for the Browns. We did kill some time, but getting the clock down to the 4th quarter, however, would have been much better, certainly to advance the ball a little farther, kill some more time. Anyways, we'll see how things go here for the Patriots. They do get a first down here, and they get a touchdown immediately. Oh, no, they don't. Pick 6. Wow. Gibson, I misread that completely. I just saw Tom Brady TD. Wow. Tom Brady throws a pick 6, and the Browns defense comes up absolutely huge. How many times in his career has Tom Brady thrown a pick 6 in the 4th quarter? Granted, he comes right back in true Tom Brady fashion, puts up a touchdown, drives the entire field, but wow. Pick 6 for Gibson. That is stellar stuff, and that is absolutely huge. There's 4:55 left in the game. We start this drive at our own, and man, that frustrates me. Huge, gigantic hole off the left side of that offensive line. Dion Lewis runs the counter play right into traffic. Dion Lewis, that could have been a 25-yard run or more. He could have broken that for a touchdown for all I know. But that sucks. That sucks. Totally successful run play. Goes for 2 yards because of the misread. We check it down to West, who makes a nice catch behind him. Sick hands for a 3rd-string halfback. And that gets us the first down. We'll let this clock continue to run. We're going to let it run as much as possible. Manziel, the better of the 2 quarterbacks on this day. Not by much. Brady has been excellent. But certainly, when you look at those numbers, I don't think you can make an argument for Tom Brady over Manziel. Manziel throwing against 2 of the best corners in the entire National Football League, including some other truly elite-level defenders, certainly with the Vince Wilforks of the world, the Gerard Mayos on this New England defense, some truly stellar players. And Manziel holding his own as the rookie starter of these Cleveland Browns. They're handing it off to Lewis, who goes absolutely nowhere. 2nd and 9. Have we had enough of the screenplay? I think we have for right now. We might go back to it. But actually, if the safety starts pinching way up now, and the strong safety, no, they're not. I was going to say, if they did, that would be a pain in the ass. I would love to beat them just over the edge with that. Just over 3 minutes left. We snap the football. We're going to roll right. Can Manziel get off? And he does strip a tackle, gets out of bounds for the first down. Gorgeous play. Manziel has mostly been corralled on the ground today. He's got 29 yards off of 5 carries, below his normal rushing output, but still When you pick your moments like that one, great things happen. And we get the clock down to 3:01. Lewis, for the second time in like one quarter, just has nothing. Is running a play that's called to the left-hand side. The run play is run absolutely perfectly, executed wonderfully. There's a gigantic freaking hole. Let's go ahead and do the replay. I know that this is a nail-biter game, but look at this. He's got up the left-hand side. Granted, the corner is beating the block. That's Browner who's beaten Burleson. No shock there. But even then, if all Lewis does is just try and bounce off of Joe Thomas to left-hand side, Browner's going to make the tackle just shy of the 40-yard line. Instead, he bounces it off, and he gets 2 yards. Ugh. Man, if he follows the fullback, he's getting 5. If he bounces around the left side, he's getting 6 or 7. Instead, he bounces it all the way back. It's 2. Come on, dude. It's a joke. Manziel throws this one away, stops the clock, which is a shame, but just nothing available. He did have Holmes on a risky throw, but I don't know. On the run with that bad angle, I don't like it. We'll go ahead here, 3rd and 8, and Gresham in the slot. We'll try to advance the football here. Would love to get a first down. Zone coverage. Manziel rolls. He's going to take off. Gresham was available, and Manziel fumbles out of bounds. Gresham was available, I was going to say, but was running into coverage. Looked like pick city across that defensive set. Manziel gets 6 yards on that run. And what I think we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and call a play here. Double tight end set on the right-hand side. Looking to get it to Gresham. And we're going to take a look at what the defense has given us. And at the moment, with no man lined up over Gresham immediately, I think the best thing to do here is to throw the football and go for it. This is a risk, of course, but I think the best thing to do is go for it. I like the defensive set. We're snapping the football. Gresham rolls. There's a man in his pocket, and he dislodges the football. No way. Barnage was open. We decide to go instead with the man with the better hands. Gresham makes the catch. Perfectly thrown football. Routine play. And Gerard Mayo gets his big old mitt in there, knocks the football away. I don't regret going for it. And oh my goodness, game, set, match, folks. Tom Brady throws a second pick 6 in the 4th quarter. Wow. Joe Hayden, the billion-dollar man, essentially takes it back. Gronkowski makes the catch for the touchdown, and so we will have to go back out there with 49 seconds left in a one-score game. Game not over. I shouldn't have said that. That was premature. We are at the New England Patriot 48-yard line following a nice return. We have to run this clock out. Lewis up the gut for a gain of 3. Timeout called. Patriots can stop the clock 2 more times, which means that we do need the first down. If we're not able to get one, we'll likely have to punt, at which point we will, the Patriots will have an opportunity to, granted we'll have no timeouts, but with probably around 35 seconds left, they'll have an opportunity to drive the field. And Manziel going to take off here. He gets up the sideline, gets the first down. The downside of that is he stops the clock. But that should be that is enough. Mathematically, that is enough. Browns are going to be able to kneel this one out. Patriots can take 2 straight timeouts for all I care. Less than 40 seconds left in the game, even with the stop clock. This game is over, folks. Browns going to go to 12-1 on the season. That is stellar. That is phenomenal. That is gorgeous. That is all of those things and more. And wow, Browns defense comes up absolutely huge. What more can you ask from a defense than 2 touchdowns in the game? Wow. Hayden and Gibson coming up huge. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful on this day. There's nothing more that can be said about those cats. Just great, great, great stuff. This will be the final kneel of the game. Manziel takes the knee. 4th and 17. Looks ugly, but we will not have to call another play in this one. Game clock shorter than the play clock. Let's go ahead, open play call, and let's call a knee, sure, just to get our guys out there. We'll take the knee with 1 second left. 35-28 going to be the final score in Foxborough. Patriots fans are all rooting on their feet. They should be heading for the exits. They would be in real life. The AI and Madden, again, just a little special. And with 1 second left on the game clock, we take the knee, and the clock strikes 0. 35-28 the final score. Great game. Browns-Patriots going head-to-head. We'll go ahead to the statistical recap here. We've got player stats. And wow. Johnny Manziel, we'll start with him. 17 of 24, 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Not a bad game at all. Tom Brady, 35 of 49, attempting 49 passes. That's crazy. 329 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, both of which went for TDs. Rushing-wise, Dion Lewis led the game, 12 carries, 39 yards. Manziel, 11 for 34. Vereen, 8 for 39 and a touchdown. Receiving-wise, Gronkowski led the way, 10 catches, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. Edelman, 9 for 101 and a score. Wow, great games for those guys. Santonio Holmes led the way for the Browns, 4 for 102 and a touchdown. Kicking in touchdowns as well for the Browns. Gresham had a solid game, 72 yards. Kicking in touchdowns as well. Dion Lewis with 1 and Nate Burleson with 1 as well. Defensively, Greg Robertson led the game, 9 tackles for him. Morgan Burnett led the way for the Patriots, 6 for him. Sacks, none to report in this game. Picks, Brandon Browner, Joe Hayden, Deshaun Gibson, both of which went for pick sixes, which you got to love. Kicking-wise, Billy Cundiff did not attempt a field goal in this one. Gostkowski, 0 for 1. Punting-wise, Jeremy Capano, Zoltan Mesko, boom, boom. Kick returns, boom. Punt returns, boom. That is it. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday. Until then, Browns 12. Am I dyslexic? 12-1 on the campaign. They've got 3 regular season games left. They have a stranglehold on the AFC right now. Nothing clinched, though, and so we'll be back to the grind tomorrow. Until then, thank you so much for joining me. I am Tuxedo T-Shirt, and I'm out.